Hey guys, and welcome back to YakWaxLips. My name is Michael, your point-and-click adventurer, and this is episode 10 of Let's Play Broken Sword 2.5, The Return of the Templars. In the previous episode, we ended up in Portugal. Of course we did, why would we not? Right, so let's go investigate Portugal. It seems a bit slow. No, we will persevere and see what happens. Souvenir seller.
Hello.
Yes?
Yes. Right, this is going to have to remind me why I'm in Portugal. Is it Taylor, something like that we're on the hunt for? Let's find out.
How long have you had this shop?
Since that crazy professor over there started believing he can find some treasure down the well.
But that's possible, isn't it?
He won't find anything. 2 weeks ago, I told him I had lost my wristwatch and asked him to keep an eye open.
Did you get it back?
Yes and no. I found it near the well, but now it's gone again.
My God, you're not real good at taking care of your things, are you?
That's not easy if you have to watch the shop all the time because some brat wants to mess about with your goods. I even cut holes in my newspapers so I can see what's going on while those thieves think I'm reading.
Have you caught anyone yet?
Certainly. That brat over there tried to steal a box of chocolates. I caught him and spanked his ass like in the good old times.
Maybe I can find your watch.
If you want to look for it, fine. I've stopped looking for it a few days ago. I'll only lose it again.
So we've got to find a watch. That's task number 1.
Are you by any chance interested in the well over there and the workings?
Not really. What's so interesting about a well?
Now come on, it might hide the greatest treasure of the Knights Templar.
Knights... what?
Templar! Knights Templar. Didn't you pay attention in history class?
I never went to school.
That's why we're here. I remember now. There's something that we have to get that was lost many, many years ago. And of course, Georgie will find it, because that's what George does.
You wouldn't give me that box of chocolates for free if I asked nicely, would you?
Who do you think you are? Leave me alone if you're not buying anything.
I'm going to ask him again.
Can I pay for those chocolates by credit card?
Do you have a MasterCard?
No, American Express.
Can't you read the sign? It says only MasterCard in capital letters. And now you are driving away my customers with your loitering.
Mister, you could be a bit more polite.
Let's leave this man alone. And let's go talk to this chap here. Gammon. Gammon? Maybe Gammon. Find out in a minute.
Hey, you.
What? Me?
Yes, you. Do you have a minute? What are you doing in a place like this?
I live here, sir. In the street. In the nature.
You're not serious.
I earn a living from polishing shoes, begging, and stealing.
Let's leave that kid alone. Chocolates. What's the chocolates? I just saw a minute ago. Chocolates. Okay, we won't go try and get it yet. Let's talk to archaeologist.
Hi, my name is George.
Ah. Oh, pardon me. You made me jump a little. Bom dia. My name is Professor Aruda.
Hello, Professor Aruda.
What are you doing with the well?
This isn't a well. It's an antique cistern.
Cistern? What's that?
Holy mother. It's an underground container for rainwater.
And what is it that you're doing with this cistern?
I'm examining it.
I can see that, but why?
I am an archaeologist, and I'm about to make a really important discovery.
What discovery is that?
Are you interested in history?
About a year ago, I would have asked myself the same question until this thing with the Templars happened.
Oh, you do seem interested in history. Do you have some time? I can tell you the whole story.
Sure.
Right, settle in. Seems like it might be a long one.
Well, as you might have heard, Portugal was a paradise for the Templars. Besides France, it was the first European country in which the order established itself after its foundation in Jerusalem in 1119. In 1128, Queen Teresa presented Castle Sure to the order as a gift. It lay near the crescent front.
Crescent front? You mean the front line with the Arabs?
Ah, the Moors, correct. In 1147, Teresa's son and heir Alfonso, a Templar, conquered the Arab stronghold Lisbona with the help of his fellow knights. Today, Lisbona is called Lisbon. Alfonso declared Portugal's independence and became its first king. In return for the Templars' help, he gave them a stretch of land in the heart of the country, where the Templars built this castle. At the time, the Order's Grand Master was a man named Gualdim Pace, sometimes known as Galdinus. Tomar became the Templars' military headquarters, so to speak.
That's really interesting. Is that all true? I'm going to wiki this afterwards.
What happened then?
In 1291, the last Christian bastions in the Holy Land fell, and the Europeans blamed the Templars. Trouble was at hand for the Order. And then a French spy called Esquieu heard about the Templars' satanic practices from a disgraced ex-Templar, and reported this news to the French king.
Philip IV.
Ah, you know of him?
A little, but go on.
Well, at the time, the accusations revolved around a mysterious graven image called
Baphomet.
Are you sure you don't want to tell the rest yourself?
You can skip the bit about the Baphomet part. I'm kind of familiar with that.
Ah, are you also aware that the original idol is believed to be here in Tomar?
That's a new one on me.
I got the information from the transcripts made by the Inquisition. The idol itself was never found, but there is still an image of Baphomet within the castle. It is engraved on one of the bricks in the kitchen wall. If it were to be removed, it is said the ceiling and with it the whole building would collapse.
My mission here might be a little harder than I first expected.
I'm kind of half expecting me to find that brick and push it or pull it and maybe collapse the castle. That sounds exciting.
Back to the Templars.
Well, on Friday the 13th of October 1307, Philip IV had all known Templars in France arrested. Even in Spain, where the Templars had eliminated the Arab threat, people turned against the Order because they no longer needed the Knights' protection. In 1308, the Spanish Templars escaped across the Tajo to Portugal and occupied the stronghold Almurol. All their treasures they took with them, and it is assumed that they were later brought here to Tomar.
So there might be loads of Templar treasures here. This is what I wanted Broken Sword 2.5 to be, and it's exciting. More about the actual Templars and the history. Not walking between a friggin' pharmacy and pub. I'm still bitter about that.
But what made the Templars think they were safe in Portugal?
The Portuguese king Dinis hadn't forgotten what the Templars had done for his country and was still grateful. He granted them sanctuary. In fact, it was Dinis who re-established the order under another name with the elder João Lorenzo. They lived here as the Order of Christ and even kept their trademark, the Red Cross.
Ooh. Carry on about that.
Can you tell me something?
Sure.
What role does Prince Zihang have in this? I have evidence that the Templars were somehow connected to the Chinese nobility.
That's true. Jacques de Molay asked Prince Dorima Cha II for 100,000 soldiers. And if he had got them, they might have changed the course of the battle, though it would still have been very close and probably bloody.
He didn't get them?
No, the prince doubted Molay's loyalty, and after the negotiations, he dropped the Grand Master like a hot potato. De Molay swore revenge, but it all came out differently. I assume today's Templars want to take revenge on the Chinese nobility for the treason. For treason, they feel it was. Only nobody knows exactly where the core of the old nobility is now.
Oh, so that guy that was in the train has some kind of links, perhaps, to the nobility? Maybe that bomb was for him? Perhaps. Let's find out more about the cistern.
But what about the cistern?
A cistern? Ah yes, the cistern. I will come to that. This cistern is far too refined to have served as a mere water butt. I believe the Templars hid something extremely important here.
Wait, did he say extremely important? Maybe he's talking about the seal I'm looking for. Tell me more. Do you have any idea what it could be that they hid here?
Who knows? Maybe the Templar seal that was lost when the Order was destroyed. Maybe the fifth Gospel, which Christ is said to have written himself, and was believed to have been in the Templars' possession, as with the Holy Grail.
The seal! The return of the Templars!
Right. The time of reincarnation, the hour of revenge, the dawn of a new empire.
And a single seal is supposed to do that? How could the Templars have done that, Professor?
The question should be, how can they do that?
Can do...
Yes, George, can do. After the Templars' extermination, the seal vanished. Philip the Fair had hundreds of soldiers search for it. It was the iconic symbol of the Order. He knew what power the seal possessed, and according to the legend, still does.
What power?
You weren't listening, George. The power of return.
Are you telling me this seal has magical powers?
Don't be stupid, George. The seal itself does not. But I assume it can trigger some kind of mechanism which could prove Einstein's theory of space warp.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is awesome. Space warp. This episode should be called Space Warp. If it isn't, I've done it wrong.
I don't understand. What's Einstein got to do with this?
By means of space warp, it is possible to travel into the past.
And why hasn't anyone made a trip to the past yet?
How do you know no one has?
Are you telling me...
No, I only wanted to show that you can never be sure, George. Remember that.
Do you believe that people have traveled to the past?
Not yet, as there are no machines that can maintain the gravitation field. The power of the field collapses within milliseconds.
So there's no need to worry, right?
I didn't say that. The fact is, nowadays, there are machines that can open the gate for a short time. Only they need something to keep it open, to stabilize it. And that's where the seal comes in.
How can such a tiny seal stabilize a gravitation field of this size?
It's the belief of people, George. Millions of people have died for their belief in this emblem. It has developed a force stronger than the gravitational field, and thus the seal can maintain the gate. That's the mystic part of the story.
So the Templars need the seal to stabilize a gravitational field and to travel into the past. But where's the sense in that? Why time of return?
Listen, the gravitational field enables time travel, but only for a fixed span of time. 700 years.
The penny hasn't dropped there.
Think about it, George. What 700th anniversary do we have in 3 days?
The Battle of Paris!
Exactly. The Battle of Paris. 10th October 1303. Thousands of Templars died before the city gates in an attempt to kill the French king and seize power of France. As France was the military force in Europe at the time, it is hard to imagine what today's Europe would look like if the Templars had won the battle.
What now?
We must stop them. The Neo-Templars will try to get hold of this seal and use it to travel back 700 years, one day before the Battle of Paris. That will be the 9th of October. They will take modern weapons and reinforce the Templars' troops with their own. The battle would be won easily. Everything we know today as a modern democratic society would disappear even from our memories. At least, that's what I assume. No one really knows what consequences an alteration of the past would have for us.
Wow, that's awesome. I want to know more about this.
Why is it Return of the Templars then?
Now you can't interpret that literally. What they mean is the symbolic return. The Templars' culture would return to the present by this alteration, unless we stop them.
How do we do that? Find the seal, I guess.
What if the seal isn't down there?
Then may God help us.
So what are we waiting for? Let's climb in, get that thing up here and save the world.
I don't think so. The Portuguese Ministry of Cultural Affairs has forbidden any excavations on this site.
What? But why?
Who knows? But the fact is, I can't go down there, and neither can you.
Come on. The amount of laws we've broken in this game so far.
What if you happen to doze off for a while and a total stranger to you, say an American tourist, fell into the hole in a totally unintended and still careful way, and once down there he found...
Forget it. I appreciate scientific spirit, but I will abide by the law.
But we're talking about our future, Professor, and you want to go by the law? There won't be any laws to obey if we don't act now!
Put your foot down there, George.
Is there really nothing that could make you leave the hole for a minute?
I'm afraid not.
Damn.
Oh, okay, so that was really interesting, and I really enjoyed that. So let's...
Okay, I'll take a look around.
Exactly, let's do that.
Sim, por favor.
Take a look around. What do we have here? Is that anything? Wristwatch. Well, that wasn't hard to find.
Seen from close range, the watch doesn't look as cheap anymore. There's an engraving. Ilak al-Kalb? That rings a bell somewhere.
Al-Kalb. Isn't that what we said to the kebab seller? Let's give that to this guy. I'm sure that's what we said to the kebab seller in number 1. I don't recall what it says, what it meant though.
I found your wristwatch.
Thanks!
How about a tiny finder's reward?
You expect me to give you a reward?
Now listen, I find your watch, sacrificing valuable moments of my short life in the process, and you won't give me a reward?
Okay, okay. Here, you have a keyring. Please excuse my rudeness.
Right, we have... Oh, a nice little anchor keyring. There was a bit of presumption there, George. What's this?
It's some kind of science magazine. Main subject, bone findings in Israel. Sounds interesting.
Where do we get that from? Have I missed something? Oh, that was the magazine that we picked up in the museum, wasn't it? I remember now. Can I look at it again?
It's some kind of main...
But findings in Israel. No. I want to see if I can pick up these chocolates.
Don't even think that I haven't seen you. Put that back.
Alright. Can we give him this?
Nope.
No. Maybe we need to get the kid to distract the guy. Maybe steal something from the bag. Yeah.
Could you do me a favor? Do you see that professor over there? He won't let me work at the well. Could you distract him for a minute?
What do I get for it?
Let me think.
You know I never managed to steal anything from the souvenir seller. He always seems distracted when he is reading his newspaper. But he cuts holes in it and looks through them and notices everyone who comes near. I swear to you, sir, once I tried to take a box of Berg chocolate sweetmeats, but he got me and spanked my arse. Since then, he has chased me away whenever I have come near the shop.
And I think he has a reason to. Stealing isn't the right way to make a living.
But I didn't have money, and I have never eaten chocolate in my life.
I can understand that. A childhood without chocolate. That's unimaginable. Will you help me if I get you the chocolate?
Sure. I'd be happy to, sir.
Okay, so the fate of the world depends on me. And I'm, ooh, broomstick. And I'm going to go steal some chocolates. Let's get on it.
Why not? Might be useful at some point.
What is it?
Looks like a broken broom. Only the stick is left.
Maybe we can hook that to that?
That doesn't work.
No. Let's try and pick up this bag. I might be able to go up here still. Oh, I think that's it. I think it's just this one screen.
Although I'm filled with guilt, I snatch an item from the bag. It's a thread.
Aha! I feel like I need to make like a fishing line or something. So I tie that to that. Yeah, and then tie that to that. Brilliant. Oh, I've just undone it by right-clicking. I did not mean to do that. Right, I guess we use that with that. I'm assuming that's what I do, but I probably need to get the chocolates first. Or not. Okay. Let's see if we can use that with the chocolates. Whip it.
Don't even think that I haven't seen you. Put that back.
Let's talk to him. See if we can...
Hello.
Yes?
see if we can arrange to get the chocolates.
Aren't you feeling like reading anymore?
I don't have anything left to read. I already know this paper by heart. But what business is it of yours?
Just curious. I'll be off then.
Goodbye.
Okay, maybe now try this with him, now that we've said that.
How about reading a magazine?
But that is French.
Damn, that totally escaped me.
Well then, I'm lucky that my mama is from Bordeaux, huh?
Pardon?
Just give me that and go away.
The shopkeeper forgot to cut holes into the magazine, but I fear he might see my shadow when I lean over the stall to steal the chocolates.
Well, let's try it. I like this music.
No, he'd be bound to see my shadow.
Let's try this then. Oh, yes. If this isn't an adventure game puzzle, I do not know what is. I enjoyed that.
Great! I have the chocolate.
Brilliant. Alright, let's give the chocolate to this little kid. Your first taste of chocolate.
Here's your chocolate.
Give it to me. Who did you want me to distract?
The man at the well.
Okay, I will steal his bag. I'm good at that.
Great. The boy has stolen the man's bag and the man has run after him. Now the well's unguarded.
Right, can we just go straight down? Jump in head first?
It goes down about 4 meters. But as the inside of the well is rough, I can get my hands into the gaps and get in or out without too much trouble.
Excellent. Ah, Baphomet.
I can't believe it. The professor was right. The Templars were here.
What did that say? Deepening.
Looks like something's hidden underneath it.
Right, dig. Can we dig? I guess we can use the screwdriver maybe. Oh no, it's just want to pick stuff up.
It's 1/2 of a key. The Templars must have hidden the other part. But where?
So we have 1/2 of a key. What's this? Maybe it's in here.
Wow, what am I supposed to say?
What are you supposed to say? What is it? Right click, nothing there. What's that little hole? Slot. Oh, that would be the keyhole, wouldn't it?
Next to the idol is a small gap.
Not sure what else there is. That brick looks funny. Brick.
Forget that. It's too hard for my bare hands. The brick looks unsound, though.
Well, let's use the screwdriver with that. You go for it, George. It's only 1,000
Having
years
finished
old.
off the brick with the screwdriver, the second half of the key is revealed. George Stobbart, tracing the Templars again.
George Stobbart, tracing the Templars again. Pick it up then. Fabulous. Right, we're going to stick that in there. But you know what? We're going to leave that to the next episode. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I've super enjoyed today, and I hope you have today as well. If you have done, please leave a like. I do really, really, really appreciate it. And until next time, have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening, whatever it is you're doing right now, and take care.